Trump.
Yeah.
He tends to just...
But can I mention one thing?
All right, guys, buckle up, because Joe Rogan just obliterated Sunny Hostin so badly she might never recover.
If you average out the View hosts, among the dumbest people on television.
Sunny's dumb. Certainly not the brightest person. And what she just said just doesn't make any sense. It's just like so silly to say. It's not a wealth.
Karoline Leavitt just dropped a legal nuke on The View, and the chaos behind the scenes is unreal. We're talking lawsuits, media meltdowns, and full-on panic mode at ABC. The View thought they could mock Karoline, tear her down, and just walk away. But this time, they messed with the wrong person. Now, Karoline is firing back with everything she's got. And she's not just calling them out, she's making them squirm, forcing The View to beg for this lawsuit to go away. And then there's Joe Rogan. Oh man, when he jumped in, it was brutal. His takedown of Sunny Hostin is going viral for a reason. But before we dive in, smash that like button and hit subscribe if you think it's time for The View to face real consequences. Did you just subscribe? Good. Now let's get into it.
There is so much good news, so much winning out of the Trump White House right now that the mainstream legacy media can't keep up with it.
I saw you on The View.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's been overwhelming my past couple days. So I just went in there, did my thing. I had no idea what to expect. I didn't know who Sunny Hostin was. I actually still really don't know. So I wasn't expecting necessarily for her to kind of try to ambush me in that way and attack my character in that way.
Well, it is the show that people love to hate.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
They get so much hate watching viral clips of them saying ridiculous things. I mean,
yeah.
it is a rabies infested hen house.
Millions of people tune in just to watch the train wreck, and let's be honest, The View has become one giant meme. So, how did this latest disaster start? Well, like clockwork, The View decided to go after Karoline Leavitt simply because she's young, conservative, and refuses to fall in line with their nonsense. This time, Behar and Sunny Hostin took things way beyond disrespectful.
They really don't like this woman. She's a good communicator. And so Behar just offered her analysis on why Leavitt was picked for the role.
So what did Behar do? She smirked and implied that Karoline only landed her job because Trump finds her attractive. Sunny Hostin, always looking for a way to inject identity politics, tried to frame Karoline as some out-of-touch elitist, even though she built her entire career through hard work. And Whoopi Goldberg, she just sat there nodding. Because, let's be real, that's kind of her entire contribution. But here's where The View seriously miscalculated. They underestimated Karoline. Instead of backing down, she flipped the narrative completely.
While I vow to provide the truth from this podium, we ask that all of you in this room hold yourselves to that same standard. We know for a fact there have been lies that have been pushed by many legacy media outlets in this country about this president, about his family, and we will not accept that. We will call you out when we feel that your reporting is wrong or there is misinformation about this White House.
Boom. She's got more.
I would like to point out to each and every one of you that in 2024, when Joe Biden was in the Oval Office or upstairs in the residence sleeping, I'm not so sure, egg prices increased 65% in this country.
Bam!
She didn't just hit back. She demolished them. She ripped apart The View's hypocrisy, exposing how they claim to support women but viciously attack any woman who doesn't share their far-left ideology. She highlighted how they shield liberal women, but ruthlessly try to destroy conservative ones. And then, she filed an $800 million lawsuit against them. That's right, Karoline is suing The View for defamation, arguing that their reckless, baseless attacks caused real damage to her reputation. And now, the tables have turned. The View's hosts, scrambling. ABC executives, panicking. They never imagined Karoline would take it this far. But the absolute best part, Joe Rogan stepped in and he torched Sunny Hostin.
Average out the View hosts, among the dumbest people on television.
Sunny's dumb. Certainly not the brightest person. And what she just said just doesn't make any sense. It's just like so silly to say. It's not a wealth. One of the things I wanted to talk to you about, I wanted to play this, but we decided we shouldn't play it. We don't want anybody to have any sort of a way to get it down. The episode of you when you're on The View, when you were running for president.
Right.
Donald Trump is a billionaire, a real estate mogul, and a television star. But does he really want to add President of the United States to his resume? A lot of people would like him to.
You got introduced as our friend Donald Trump.
Please, let's find out, and please welcome my friend, Donald Trump.
That's right.
Whoopi Goldberg gives you a big hug and a kiss. Joy Behar gives you a big hug. Barbara Walters gives you a big hug. They all loved you.
We're so happy to have you. Whenever you're on with us, we're very happy.
We love it.
They're talking about you in such a favorable light. The audience was cheering, and then you actually started winning in the polls, and then the machine started working towards you.
Joe Biden knows how to do this.
Trump.
Yeah. He tends to just...
Joe Rogan didn't just criticize Sunny Hostin, he annihilated her. He exposed her as the queen of fake outrage, constantly playing the victim while tearing down anyone who doesn't fit into her political bubble. He took a shot at her journalistic credibility, joking that if you combine the IQ of The View's hosts, you still wouldn't hit triple digits. And he didn't stop there. He brought receipts, reminding everyone how The View used to celebrate Trump when it worked in their favor, but now act like he's the worst thing to ever happen. Oh, but Rogan wasn't finished. He ripped apart The View's entire format, saying it's nothing more than a reality TV show where the loudest voice wins and facts are irrelevant. And the internet went wild. Joe Rogan destroys The View and cancel Sunny Hostin started trending instantly. There were comments absolutely brutal. Joe Rogan just did more fact-checking in 5 minutes than The View has done in 5 years. They claim to support women, but the moment a woman thinks for herself, they try to destroy her. And now, even ABC executives are in full panic mode because this isn't just a bad look, it's an all-out PR disaster.
There are also calls today for The View to go next when you've got hosts like Whoopi Goldberg spitting when she's speaking about Donald Trump. Look at this.
No, you can't refute anything with him because he just, when I say him, I mean...
He rambles.
Trump.
Yeah.
He tends to just...
But can I mention one thing? That's on the ABC, of course, but what a class act. I mean, speaking about Donald Trump, you can't make this stuff up. Should The View go next?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Sunny Hostin has faced challenges or she's been in trouble, let's say, by executives at ABC for some of these smears and lies that she spread. There needs to be some level of accountability with these talk show hosts. People tune in to left-wing networks. They expect to get a left-wing talking point. But what they shouldn't expect or what we shouldn't treat as normal is the fact that there is nothing but denigration and maligning of characters.
At this point, The View knows they're in deep trouble. And according to inside reports, ABC execs are scrambling behind the scenes, talking about major shakeups. Some sponsors are even rethinking their partnerships. Even Whoopi Goldberg has gone silent, which, let's be honest, says a lot. And then there's Sunny Hostin. Her credibility is collapsing, and now people are wondering if ABC will finally cut her loose to save face. But let's be real, the damage is done. Karoline Leavitt has completely turned the tables, and now it's The View that's begging for mercy.
And the Democrats are in complete disarray because they have become a globalist party who like to spend taxpayer dollars on useless priorities just to cater to the left's demands here at home.
All right, guys, now it's your turn. Did Joe Rogan take it too far, or was his takedown 100% justified? Will Karoline Leavitt's lawsuit finally force The View to be held accountable? And is ABC about to clean house after this massive embarrassment? Drop a comment below. We're reading all of them. And before you go, smash that like button and hit subscribe if you want more content about this topic.